He came out of the woods barefoot, covered in dried mud, and holding a rusted key he said belonged to the devil. That's how it all began in the summer of 1986, in the forgotten mining town of Black Ridge, nestled deep within the Smoky Mountains. Boy's name was Elias Crane, 9 years old, missing for 3 days. And when he finally wandered out of the woods behind the old Black Ridge Asylum, he wasn't the same. Locals swore he'd been possessed, but Elias, he just kept saying the same thing over and over again. I didn't open the gate, it opened for me. Sheriff Roland Briggs, 1994. We thought he'd gotten lost on a dare. Kids do that. But when I saw his eyes that night, I still get cold. He wasn't scared. He was calm. Too calm. Like he'd seen something bigger than all of us and made peace with it. The town of Black Ridge was already falling apart before Elias returned. The coal jobs had dried up. The asylum had been shut down since '72, boarded up like a tomb. And the town's history, its hidden sins, were rotting beneath the soil. But whatever Elias brought back from those woods, it woke something up. Because after that summer, people started disappearing. Elias's drawings, they're not like the others. He drew a gate surrounded by screaming faces, then a spiral that looked like it was carved into skin. I asked him what it meant, and he whispered, "The gate listens." I told the principal. No one followed up. I think we failed him. It started with small things, pets going missing, strange sounds at night, radios tuning to static with whispers beneath. But then came August 2nd, the night Caleb Donnell, a high school senior and track star, went missing after partying near the abandoned asylum. All they found was his flashlight melted. The town began to unravel, and Elias? He never cried, never flinched, only whispered to the shadows in his room. In a language no one could recognize. In 1991, Black Ridge became a ghost town. More than 30 families fled, but Elias remained, now 16, living alone after his mother hung herself from the kitchen rafters. She left only a single message, scrawled in her own blood on the pantry wall. He opened it. The only person still checking on Elias was Reverend Noah Pierce, a gentle man who once baptized Elias as a baby. In his own private letters, later confiscated. During a criminal investigation, Reverend Pierce wrote, "Elias told me the dreams come in reverse, like memories playing backward. He dreams of being dead and then being born, and the gate. He says it's inside him now. A hole that never stops whispering." Then, one rainy night in October, Reverend Pierce vanished, leaving behind his glasses and a blood-stained hymn book. The local sheriff, Roland Briggs again, now retired, refused to comment, but town archivist Bethany Hall uncovered something terrifying. The asylum wasn't just a hospital, it was a front. In the 1930s, it had been home to a cult calling themselves the Unburdened. Their symbol? A gate with no hinges drawn in blood. Their motto? "Through the vessel, the gate opens," and their prophecy? "A child born in grief shall be the lock, the key, and the invitation." Another teen has vanished near the old Crane residence. Locals call it the Bleeding Door, a reference to the rust-red streaks that seem to appear on the front door of the house during rainstorms. Authorities say there's no foul play, but others aren't so sure. In 1998, an urban explorer uploaded one of the earliest video blogs from inside the Crane house. It lasted just 46 seconds before the feed went black. In those 46 seconds, the words, "I hear you," appear 6 times in 3 different voices. Last voice matched perfectly to Elias's, but by then, Elias himself had vanished. No body, no footprints, just his journal. I didn't ask for it. I didn't want to be the lock. But they came to me in dreams, faces with no eyes, hands with no skin. They told me if I opened the gate, I could see my mother again. I said yes. I said yes. I said yes. In 2007, a podcast called Unsolved Appalachia featured Black Ridge and the Crane House in an episode titled The Boy Who Spoke to the Gate. It went viral. So viral, in fact, that it caught the attention of Dr. Marianne Astor, a psychologist specializing in generational trauma and inherited psychosis. She assembled a small research crew and documented her visit to the Crane House. 3 of her team refused to speak afterward. One was found dead 3 months later. In a motel outside Knoxville, the walls of his room were covered in the same spiral Elias had drawn as a child, but Dr. Astor left something behind her audio tapes, recorded just days before she vanished. There's a door in the cellar. It shouldn't be there. The floor plans don't show it. It bleeds. That's not metaphor, it bleeds. I touched the handle. I heard Elias whisper, "It's okay now. You're ready." I'm not ready. I'm not. Tape ends. No one has seen Dr. Astor since. The Mountain Ledger. June 15, 2011. Federal authorities have officially sealed the Crane residence in Black Ridge, Tennessee, declaring it unsafe due to extreme structural damage. Unofficially, the town remains abandoned. Locals say the woods behind the house still whisper at night, and if you listen close, you'll hear a boy's voice saying, "I didn't open it. It opened me." A YouTube explorer who goes by at Gate Hunter posted a now-deleted livestream claiming he broke into the sealed Crane House. He didn't make it to the cellar. His stream cut out just after he found something nailed to the living room wall. A photograph of a young boy, barefoot, covered in mud. On the back was scrawled one sentence: "The gate still waits." And so does he. The story of Elias Crane is more than just urban legend. It's a reminder that some doors were never meant to be opened. That grief, when left untended, becomes a wound large enough for darker things to crawl through. Whether you believe in curses, possession, or trauma passed down like blood, remember this: not every child lost in the woods is meant to be found.